Pokémon is the most profitable media franchise ever, and I think we all know why. The sex appeal. And lately, I've been wondering, what is the sexiest Pokémon scientifically? And before you ask, no, Vaporeon is not the sexiest. Sure, it's the most compatible, but we're not finding the most scientifically compatible Pokémon, now are we? At first, I tried to reach out to Nintendo to see if they had a canonical answer, but all they sent back was a number for a psychologist and the message, "Get help." So I called the number to get help with my quest, but they didn't have any answers either. They just kept asking me about my relationship with my father. We could look up a poll on the subject, but since when do people know scientific truths? People used to think that the sun revolved around the earth. Idiots. Everybody knows the sun is a hologram created by Big Sunscreen to sell us skincare products. And besides, most people seem to think that Gardevoir is the sexiest. Really? I bet it's because people think that her face is here, but in reality, it's here. See the mouth and the nose? Not so sexy now, is she? You know what? Don't answer that. We could go with Lopunny, but there's an obvious issue here. In the Chinese bootleg of Pokémon Black, her Pokédex entry states, "She gets her name for her love of puns. Literally everything she says will be a pun." And according to Harvard's Comedy Research Division, puns are the least sexy form of comedy. Okay, what about Mewtwo? I mean, look at those thighs. Get you a girl with a Mewtwo body, as they say. But what else? Well, it's got brains too. As it's been said, Mewtwo can put a USB stick in on the first try, every time. Is there anything this girl boss doesn't have? Confidence. It doesn't have confidence. Mewtwo had a lot of lab work done on themselves, which shows a lack of confidence and self-esteem. And as we all know, confidence is sexy. Besides, it can read minds, and that's a huge red flag. Oh, Rave Spectre, since you're a ghost, what about a ghost-type Pokémon? Wow, that's racist. Well, I'll have you know that all ghost-type Pokémon are eliminated from this study. That's because I don't know if that would be considered necrophilia or not, and we're already on thin ice calling Pokémon sexy. What if we looked at more unconventional options? What about No! Just no. Next. What about No! That's even worse! Get help. Oh, that's what Nintendo meant. It was at this point that I was ready to give up. Maybe this was a fool's quest. Is it really so foolish to try and find the sexiest Pokémon? No! So I took my laptop into my room and I locked the door. After many hours and many bottles of lotion for my dry skin, of course, I finally had the answer. The sexiest Pokémon is Klefki. It's so obvious. Just look at it. It has all of these keys to vaults and homes, which means that it's rich. I mean responsible. It's responsible, and responsibility is sexy. So if anyone knows a single Klefki that needs someone to share its home and riches with, let me know.